What is happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So we've been linked with yet another player, and this time round it's a winger in the form of the French young winger Kingsley Coman, and he currently plays for Bayern Munich, as we all know. But prior to that, he was actually on loan from Juve, and the deal was made permanent after he'd spent 2 seasons on loan over there. So he ended up crossing over on a permanent basis. However, reports are surfacing suggesting that Unai Emery is very keen on getting Kingsley Coman into the club. Of course, we do know at Bayern Munich he plays second fiddle behind Ribery as well as Arjen Robben, but those two players are aging players, and they are certainly conflicting reports actually emerging from Germany suggesting that Bayern Munich are not willing to sell the player purely because they see him as a future replacement for either one of those two players that I've mentioned in the form of Robben or Ribery, and they're not keen on letting their young talent go. Of course, last season he made 21 appearances in total, and he scored 3 goals and contributed with 3 assists throughout the whole season. So it's relatively a poor return in my opinion, but he's only young. At that time he still would have been 21 years old, so he's still a player that's obviously developing. Will he fit into the style of play within the Premier League? I do believe so. He's a very tricky, quick, young winger, and of course he has impressed the few times that I have seen him personally, and I do believe that's what Arsenal needs. Of course, the fee that's being mentioned is around the region of about 50 million euros. But as mentioned, reports are suggesting as well in Germany that the deal will not go through, as Bayern Munich are not keen to sell. So let's assume Bayern Munich are keen to sell the player. Of course, Arsenal were reported to only have about 50 to 60 million pounds as a transfer kitty. However, I do believe if this was the case, not only Arsenal will be involved in this particular transfer, a number of big clubs will certainly then get involved at that particular point due to the price point. We do have a dying need for a winger. We haven't bought anyone in at all. We've got the likes of Danny Welbeck, who can play out on the left if required. Lucas Perez again can certainly be deployed in those areas, but these guys are not natural wingers. These 2 guys I've mentioned specifically like playing up front, and I do believe if that is the case, that we do pursue this particular deal, then we may need to offload those 2 specific players that I have mentioned. Of course, they come with bags of experience, namely Danny Welbeck. He's only played in English football all his career, so he comes with a lot of experience, but we don't get the goals that we need from him. He's not the tricky fast winger that we require, and he doesn't contribute much really within the team. He's got injury issues as well. So there's a number of reasons I personally would certainly trade one of those 2 players, or both if needed, to get Kingsley Coman in. We have conducted fantastic business throughout the midfield. We've got reinforcements on top of reinforcements, so we've got a bag of midfielders who can play centrally, but we're lacking on the wings. Of course, we do have the young talent in the form of Reiss Nelson. Will Unai Emery be brave enough to give Reiss Nelson a starting place in the team? I'm not too sure about that. I still believe that it needs a couple of more seasons for us to potentially see the best of him. Potentially even a loan move, in my personal opinion. But Kingsley Coman is a very exciting prospect if this deal was to happen. As usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you are watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.